All right, table's ready. And now ball's in, ball's out, and into the final A-grade matchup today. It's going to be Emma Strider with an absolute haymaker on Braxton Hamlin. Hamlin now trying to find a little bit of time, a little bit of space as he moves into the midfield here. Evan Valley on his off-racket side now looking for a little fake pass over to the back of Kevin. Beautifully done. Now Catliner, Braxton Hamlin. Hamlin now bounce, trap, overhand shot, goal. One on the board, just like that. Lickety-split. All right, now back to the far side of our umpire, Carl Ballo. Into the middle, it's going to be Evan Valley. Valley now with a couple twirls, couple swirls here and there. Now coming up against Braxton Hamlin. Hamlin now trying to drive him towards that opposite side, 18-yard line. He's exactly what he wants, 30-yard line. It's going to be now in here, Braxton, Braxton now on the ground. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a kerfuffle, but we're going to play on because you know what? If I don't see it, they don't see it. Here is Catliner coming up against Braxton. Braxton can't quite get it under control now. Here comes Liner across the 30-yard line. Looking up now into her irons, out of the saddle. Beautifully done here from Liner. Liner looking for her number one, Emma Strider on Moonshine. Strider now, the ball into the racket, looking for the overhand shot, and it's going to be off the near side goalpost, back into play. Beautifully done here from Emma, coming up against Garrett, trying to keep that ball in the area. Don't laugh at me. And here comes a whistle. Goal counts. Beautifully done here from Raul Desai. Time off. Come on, man. Politics, brother, politics. Now, in and out of the back, it's going to be Garrett Hamlin. Hamlin now finally getting a pickup off the ground. Beautifully done from the gentleman wearing the white and black number 3. He's going to go ahead and just check his head to the right, telling his team implicitly, please go to the right, but they're going to come to his left. So I guess it's just not the way that we communicate these days. Hamlin now over to the other Hamlin. It's going to be a confusing day for me this afternoon. Thankfully, we are on the last chuck of the day. Now moving left, moving right. Emma Strider trying to get a little bit of pressure on that ball. So too Evan Valley, but it's going to be well done here by Garrett and Kevin Broadhurst. Broadhurst now trying to get a little bit more room for Evan Valley to be able to get that ball away from Hamlin, but it's going to be Braxton Hamlin over the line, bounce, trap, lovely little hesitation. It's going to be through the goalpost, makes it another one on the board for the Tennessee Valley team. And now back, ball in play. It's going to be lovely picked up here by Kevin Broadhurst. Broadhurst now avoids the pressure from Strider. Strider trying to get right back up there. Goes for the pass into Braxton Hamlin early. Beautifully done. Pressure on his off-racket side. Catliner trying to get her horse up and into the area here. But it's going to be beautifully done there by Braxton Hamlin to continue that ball around to the far side. Keeps that ball in play. Lovingly nice and easy from Hamlin. Hamlin now checks, holds, gathers reins, gathers thoughts, tries to go for the little overhand over the top of Catliner. Catliner says, you know what, I've got a racket about this mile long, but it's going to be Braxton Hamlin who moves to the right, moves to the left, puts the ball right through the goalpost. Yet another one on the board for Tennessee Valley. Now back into the area here. It's going to be in and out of Evan Valley's racket. Right into the racket here of Kevin Broadhurst. Broadhurst into the racket. Braxton Hamlin. Hamlin now with Liner right here on his racket side. It's going to be bounced across the line. Very smooth, very cool, very calm, very collected from Hamlin. Ladd now moving on to the right-hand side. Trying to collect his reins, collect his thoughts. Beautifully done. Goes for the overhand lob. Good. Now into the lineup, it's going to be for Tennessee Valley into the racket of Garrett Hamlin. Hamlin now moving to the right, moving to the left, moves it into Braxton. Now Braxton has the ball into his racket. The Tennessee Valley number 1. He's going to try to go across that line with a little bit of pressure on his racket side. He says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and avoid that pressure. Moves left, moves right, bobs right, moves left. Overhand shot yet again. It's going to be a good goal for Tennessee Valley. All right, ball's out. Ball's in the front, says Catliner. Liner, though, it's going to be Braxton Hamlin who says, you know what, that's great communication. Thanks, darling. Bounce, trap, shot, goal. Just like that. 6 seconds later, that's another goal for the Tennessee Valley team. And That's going to be.
Chukka, chukka.
And there's 3. Tennessee Valley. It's going to be Sloan who goes for an absolute bomb backwards. Beautifully done there from the old gun, young gun, old gun. I'd call him an old gun. Now here, Underwood trying to move left, checks right. Beautifully done there from the Tennessee Valley number 3. A lot of pressure coming in from Gordon Duff. Gordon Duff trying to make sure that ball does not get to that number 1 on the opposing team. Great maneuverability there from Jackie Boy. Jackie Boy looking for a connection to his number 1. And it's going to be a D grade level pass from the young man. And it's going to be out of bounds on the far side. All right, now it's going to be out off the horse. On the far side, so they're going to line it up. It's going to be Evan Valley who's going to be doubling up now for the Dunda Mifflin team. Now it's going to be stepped on, squeezed on. And here's Evan Valley. Evan Valley going for an absolute rocket up to Ian. Ian does a great job, who can clearly see out of both eyes now. Who's moving forward. Beautifully done here by the young man wearing a face mask now, because you know what? Safety is always of the utmost importance. Bounce, trap, shot, golazo. They might cut me off. I didn't bring any alcohol with me. She touched the ball. Here's Cifelli now. Cifelli looking for a little bit of time, a little bit of space. Checks her shoulder left, checks her shoulder right, moves off to the far side of the field. Beautifully done here from Sarah Cifelli. Cifelli now looking for a little bit of real estate, looking for a number 1, Sloan Hamlin. Hamlin now trying to get into the area against Evan Valley. It's going to be in and out of the racket of Sarah Cifelli, and it's going to be a turnover here into the pink Dunda Mifflin team. All right, now back in the racket of Ian Duff. Tries to pass it off to Evan Valley, who has a couple of seconds of insecurities there, and it's going to be right in the racket of Sloan Hamlin. And Hamlin says, you know what? I haven't had a pickup that easy in a long time. Thanks, young lad. Now, Sloan checking up, trying to find a little bit of maneuverability. Moves left, moves right. A lot of little steps from his little mare of his. Now, nice and easy. Trying to bob, trying to move. Beautiful piece of misdirection from Sloan Hamlin. The veteran IQ comes into play there. That's going to be another one on the board for TVPC. Raul says, slow down, slow down, slow down. Ball's in, balls out of the front. It's going to be Ian now, down, bounce, trap, shot, goal. And Carl Ballo now trying to throw it in, looking like Beth Younger over there with his throw-ins. On the far side, it's going to be in and out of bounds. It's going to be yet again another lineup. Here we are, balls up, balls in, right of the racket here of Evan Valley, who stays in the lineup. Beautifully done here from the gentleman wearing the pink number 3 into the racket here of Ian Duff. Duff now trying to create a little bit of time, a little bit of space against Jack Underwood. Lovely piece of hesitation, goes to the overhand shot, and that is yet again another lovely goal. Carry on. And now back in, back down, onto the near side here from Raul Desai, into the racket here of Evan Valley. Evan Valley has to pump fake a little bit of a pass just to pull Cifelli into, riding around. Beautiful check up there by Evan Valley. Valley now looking for a little bit of time, real estate, checking for a little bit of a pass into his number 2, Gordon Duff. Duff can't quite get there, but it's going to be the other Duff. Ian, actually, commentator's curse, which is quite terrible, but it's going to be Jackie Boy who does the naughty. It's me carryover here for Tennessee Valley, right on the racket of Ian Duff. Duff now, clearly with 20/20 vision back in both eyes. Here, Duff now, bounce, trap, check, moves to the left, moves to the right, overhand shot. Things you could say that are better. And now back into play, we've got Jack now looking for Sloan. Sloan says, you know what? I need the ball. I want the ball. I need the ball in my racket. He does have the ball in his racket now, coming up against Evan Valley. Valley now trying to prevent him to be able to go across, but that's going to be Jacka. Let's get versus Braxton Hamlin. My money's on Emma to snatch this ball right out of Raul's hand. It's not quite going to be the case. I would have lost a lot of money because it's Kevin Broadhurst who gets the snap out of the lineup. My odds were 1 of 6, I guess. Well, 1 of 7. And now, moving around, it's going to be Emma Strider trying to push that ball away from Broadhurst. Broadhurst now with a lovely little panther back to Garrett Hamlin. Hamlin now looking for Braxton Hamlin. It's going to be into the racket here of Braxton. Braxton now coming up against Catlina. Gets the drive, gets the shoulder, gets the shot, gets the goal. And now ball's down. Ball's going to be into the racket of Kevin Broadhurst. Broadhurst now finally into the racket of Braxton Hamlin. Took him about 6 years to get that ball into the racket of his number 1. Bounce, trap, shot, goal. All right, back to the near side with Braxton Hamlin, who is arguably the worst person on the field now. Now, here comes Braxton Hamlin trying to get that ball off the ground. Can't quite get there. It's going to be Garrett Hamlin, who does a lovely little polo swing to get that ball into his racket. Over to Braxton Hamlin, the 2-rated A-grader. Now, Braxton coming up against Cat Liner, a World Cup number 3. It's going to be Cat Liner up against Braxton Hamlin. Hamlin goes for an absolute haymaker and scores it. He says, you know what, announcer man? Sit down. And now ball's back in play, right in the racket of Braxton Hamlin. It sounds like he's got a vendetta against somebody on the sideline. I couldn't tell you who it is. It's probably the tall 6'12" guy, Crawford Lina. Now, it's gonna be bounce across, goes for an absolute wild overhand, and he's now bringing it in, lining up, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be put onto that Dunder Mifflin side. Great work from Cat Liner. Beautifully done there from Lina. Avoids the pressure from Garrett Hamlin. Garrett Hamlin now trying to get back into position, looking for Emma Strider. Strider now across the line. Bounce, trap, shot, and that's a golazo. I've heard Cat Liner's got the best brother in the world. I wouldn't know because I don't have a brother. So it's going to be into the racket of a brother, Braxton Hamlin, now looking for a little bit of help from his other brother, Garrett Hamlin, to move a little bit of pressure away from him, but it's not quite going to come in the form of Garrett. It's going to come in the form of Braxton having a huge Polocrosse IQ. Now Bob's left, moves right, comes back to the left-hand side. It's going to be Braxton across the line, through the goalpost, and it's well caught by the goaltender extraordinaire, Francois. Now Raul says, bring him in. Mr. Braxton says, I'm going to take that bull. I'm going to throw it up. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to take it once it gets across that 30-yard line. Trap, shot. Oh, my. I'm just going to stop talking. All right, now to the far side. Lining up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be ball up, ball in, ball down, in through the round. It looks like it's going to come off the helmet of Cat Liner. Liner now, it's going to be Hamlin. Hamlin to the other Hamlin. It's going to be confusing for me this afternoon as much as it is for y'all. Bounce, trap, shot, goal. And now back on the near side, couple seconds remaining. It's me, Kevin, goes for the bomb upfield for Braxton Hamlin. Oh, but yes, of course, it comes right off the cane of his head. Can't quite get it on the snag, but he relies on his other brother, Garrett Hamlin, to get that ball right back to him. You got to love whenever family comes together. It is a Dominic Toretto kind of afternoon. It's a backhand goal yet again. Puts another one on the board for Tennessee Valley. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can kind of tell, that is going to be Chaka. And now back on the near side, it's going to be Raul side who throws that ball in over the head of the threes. It's going to come into the racket here of Jack Underwood. Underwood now the absolute star of this A-grade match of this afternoon. Jack into Sloan. Sloan now absolutely trying to show his young gun sons exactly how to do it as that number 1. Hopefully that they're watching and taking some notes from the veteran of the sport, Sloan Hamlin. Hamlin now moving left, moving right, trying to find a little bit of space against Evan Valley. Does so effectively. Beautifully done. Hesitates left, moves right, checks at the top of the D. Trying to go over the top, and that's going to be a good goal. And now back, Ian Duff. Bounce, trap, shot, golazo. Now, in the back, onto that CVCP side, it's going to be Ian Duff. Now, Ian, with all the vision allowed to him here, it's going to be now up in the irons, out of the saddle, can't quite get there on the bounce. It's going to be Oot the Boons. Me too. Now back on the far side, but we got time off. All right, ball's going to be back in play. It's going to be on the near side. It's down in the dirt, in the dust, in the mud, in the muck. It's going to be Ian Duff, though, who comes across with it. Now, bounce, trap, shot, goal again for the Dunder Mifflin team. They got to claw it back, and that's a way to do it. Put one on the board. Now, balls up, balls down, in and out of the racket of Jack Underwood. Underwood now avoids the pressure from Evan Valley. Beautifully done here from Jack Underwood, the highest rated player on the field. Jack looks for Sloan. Sloan now, the second highest rated player on the field. Now, nice, easy, cool, calm, and composed. Looking for a little bit more real estate to be able to maneuver that lovely horse of his on down. Looks left, pushes right, finds a lot of space on that left-hand side, but he's going to have a lot of pressure on that racket side. Goes ahead, checks up left, moves back to the right, back to the left again, across the line. No pressure here across the line from Evan Valley, but he's going to be able to get himself between Sloan and those goalposts. Goes for a cheeky little fake pump, but it makes him off balance. Sloan says, you know what, I'm going to like that here. I'm going to come across to the near side, goes to the top of the D, checks left, stays to the right, moves to the left. Comes left, comes right, checks left, checks right. Oh my days. Look at the movement of those horses' legs. Oh my God. Give me a string of those, Sloan. Nope. And now ball's going to be up and out of the back because of the freaking cannon on Carl Ballow's arm. It's going to be Underwood now. Underwood with a little bit of pressure coming in from Evan Valley. Moves away from it beautifully. Goes for the absolute bomb. But we're going to have a bit of a center line here. Play, says Raul Desai. Here comes the pass. Evan Valley now from the 1 to the 3. 3 now to the 1. Beautiful connection across the line. It's going to be mano-y-mano. 1 versus 1. Ian versus Jack. Jack versus Ian. Who's going to come out on top? My money is on the young gun. Number 1 in the pink jersey. It's going to be moving left, moving right, moving back to the left again. It's going to be an overhand shot. Cheeky little cow right through the goalpost. In comes the ball, out of the back it goes. It's going to be Evan Valley, Jack Underwood. Jack Underwood does get that pickup under pressure from Evan Valley. Beautiful work here from the gentleman wearing the number 3 from Tennessee Valley. Great work from Gordon. Gordon now tries to move that ball through, but it's going to be in his racket and out of bounds.
The D's 11.
Now Sloan Hamlin doing a beautiful E-grade 10-yard throw there. Doesn't quite get there. Looks like we're going to have a dune hit. Time's off. It looks like we're going to be moving the ball forward in the favor of Dunder Mifflin. Don't make me laugh so hard. It's going to be a high lob, but it looks like it's going to be extremely wide to the left. Underwood now. Here's your mark. Places Carl Ballow. Ballow now thrown into the racket of Sloan Hamlin. Hamlin now off to the races. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Pressure on the right-hand side is the call from the peanut gallery to my left. Sloan just checks up outside that 30-yard line. It's going to be move left, move right, come back to the left. Beautifully done here from Sloan Hamlin. The IQ of Stephen Hawking on a Polocrosse field. Up into his irons, out of his saddle. Overhand shot. That's an overhand goal. And that is going to be
Chukka, chukka, chukka.
And the ball's back in play. I don't know what y'all are doing. I'm not singing. Y'all are singing. It's going to be in here for Garrett Hamlin. Hamlin goes for the absolute panther, and that was disgusting, but it worked out. Pause for effect from the announcer. It's going to be Bryson Hamlin now coming up against Emma Strider. Can't quite go across that line. He's going to be met by Catliner. It's going to be a little bit wonky donkey over there. Apologies to any donkeys listening. Time's off. Time off. Time on. Are we still at 6 minutes? Are we still at 6 minutes?
Time has been off, but it didn't start it.
Honestly, when we all get to the last game of the day, we're just all delirious. All right, looks like we're going to have a good goal here for the Tennessee Valley team. Part when I get scared, so let's not do that. All right, now ball back into the racket of Garrett Hamlin. Hamlin now again with the Panther into Braxton Hamlin's racket. Now Hamlin taking his sweet time, bringing the pressure on his off-racket side, exactly where he wants it to be. Bounce, trap, shot, goal. If only Braxton could do that on his own. Now, in and out, into the racket of Cat Lina. Lina now can't quite get it. She doesn't have Crawford out there to make her look good, but she's going to be able to make Emma Strider look very good now. Into the racket of Strider. Strider bounce. Little basket catch, overhand shot, and an overhand goal. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, now onto the backside here. It's going to be Cat Lina, the first one around to it. Is she going to get the pickup? I guess she will. Well done from Liner. Throw it is the call from the sideline. Got to go for goal, Cat Lina. Now it's going to be, Cat Liner looking for Emma Strider. Strider now gets a little bit of separation up against Garrett Hamlin. Hamlin now cannot keep up with that Moonshine Horse. But this time he sure does, just for a moment. She just wants to make sure that Garrett Hamlin doesn't feel too bad about himself. It's going to be Emma Strider. Strider now drives out of her stirrups into her saddle. Beautifully done. All right. And now it's going to be Braxton Hamlin who gets that ball out of Emma Strider's racket just before the line, but it's going to be Strider who's the first one around to it. I guess Garrett doesn't quite have the Polocrosse IQ anymore. It's now going to be Garrett, Strider against Garrett. It's going to be left, right, left, drives across the face of the goal, doesn't quite get the angle she wants. It's going to be Garrett Hamlin, the brick wall that he is, preventing her between getting that ball through those PVC pipes. Emma moves left, moves right, avoids the pressure from Garrett beautifully, and it's going to be through the goalpost. Very well done from Emma Strider. Ball's up, ball's in, ball's going to be down on the ground of the number twos. Couldn't quite get there. It's going to be Kevin Broadhurst. It's going to be Emma. Oh, Strider can't quite get there. Evan can't quite get there. It's going to be Kevin Broadhurst who flicks it up into the racket of Braxton Hamlin. Hamlin now with the pressure on his off racket side. Shot from the top of the D. It's going to be up. It's going to be good. And I guess we might as well just line it back up. All right, now ball's going to be in, ball's going to be down onto the Tennessee Valley side. It is going to be Garrett Hamlin who tries to go, thinks about the Panther for just a second. Doesn't quite get there. If he was any better, he would be able to get that pass off, but it's going to be Evan Valley who does a great job, but it's going to be an out of position swing. It's going to be Here's Your Mock play by our umpire extraordinaire, Carl Barrow Callow. Now here on the near side is going to be Braxton Hamlin. Hamlin now trying to move left, move right, moves back to the left. Overhand shot, nice and cheeky, nice and cheaty. It's going to be a good goal here for Tennessee Valley. Now, balls up, balls into the racket of Emma Strider. Beautifully done there to snag that ball out of Braxton Hamlin's racket. Now, Emma Strider on that lovely moonshine of hers. Now, Emma trying to drive forward into the irons, out of the saddle. Meet at the line by Garrett Hamlin. Hamlin now can't quite get there. It's going to be Emma Strider, but it's chaka, chaka, chaka. You dearly. Now, on the last second of the day, holy guacamole, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it on this lovely Saturday evening in Pine Hills, North Carolina. Those poor golfers had to listen to me all day in their backswing. Now, here's Ian Duff into the irons, out of the saddle, bounce, trap, shot, golazo! It's disgusting. All right, now back onto the far side with Carvalho. It's going to be snagged on the line up here. Yes, it would be. And now here's Ian Duff. Ian now bounce, trap, shot, golazo. Puts another one on the board for Dundee Mifflin.
Right on the near side now. Dunder Mifflin versus Tennessee Valley. I see the fire in this young boy's eyes. In Duff, Sloan Hamlin, not knowing where he's at. Ball's in. It's on the Dunder Mifflin side now. It's right out front near the sideline. Right on the near side now, balls in, that's the ones, the twos, near the sideline yet again. We got here's your mark, here's your play. Hamlin now takes it on the onside, riding Venus. Hamlin now, Hamlin coming up the midfield. Comes up, looks up, end up on Chase on an off-racket side, trying to get a stick on Hamlin now. He's got pink jerseys all around, actually only one, end up. Now, Sarah Spilly comes up, Hamlin checks out of pressure, trotting pace, love to see it in A grade now. Hamlin checking the horse, goes right, looks left, thinks about checking. No, he does check. Cradle back, looked like a center line there, but just kidding now. Hamlin now. We've got players just standing here. They're taking longer to get down the field than it is Trump building his wall. Now, Hamlin coming up the midfield point. Hamlin works his way down. Valley out front. Hamlin, one man to beat. No, pink jerseys all around. Who's up? Hamlin. Now, on Chase, we've got Valley, we've got Duff, we've got Gordon Duff. Hamlin now taking his time, coming up to the 30-yard line, down the quarterway now. He snaps, he traps. No. Leaves it back behind. You can't score goals without the ball.
He left me because he hates me. Now, into Valley's Ragged Valley now, looking for a little bit of real estate to be able to maneuver that ball out of the area. Beautifully done against pressure from Sloan. Lovely little pass up to Ian Duff. Ian now in the strokes, out of the saddle, bounce, trap, overhand shot. All right, now back on the far side with umpire Carl Callow out of the back. It's going to be, who the first one around to it is going to be Jack Underwood, but he can't quite get his chestnut in line to be able to maneuver his horse in front. It's going to be Valley now into the Duff now, bounce, trap, no pressure. Now, just a bit more time on the clock here. It's going to be Tennessee Valley still in front. It's going to be Ian Duff who almost snags that ball off of a couple of horses' hooves. It's going to be Sloan Hamlin now. Couple checks across his shoulder to see where Gordon's coming from. Takes the pressure beautifully, does Mr. Hamlin. Hamlin now goes ahead. Nice, easy stop play. Has only just one pink player in front of him. Great work from Cifelli and his number 3, Jack Underwood. But it's going to be beautiful pressure there from Evan Valley. Moves that ball out of the racket. Who's going to be the first one around to? It's not going to be Cifelli. She doesn't get the offside. It's now going to be in the racket of Duff. Duff now over to the younger Duff. Now Ian driving pressure on his off-racket side. Just tosses the ball up in the area. Beautiful composure there from the young lad. Is he 15 or is he 55? I couldn't tell you. Well, the way he plays Polocrosse, it's going to be an overhand shot. It's going to be an overhand goal. It's going to be a good goal. It's 1822, great year if you know anything about it. Now, here, out of the back, it's going to be Evan Valley up against Jackie Boy. Jack doesn't have the time. Does he have the time? I think he might have the time. Looking for his number 1, Sloan calling for it. Oh my Lord, it's going to be Jack who checks up beautifully. Great job. It's going to be 5 seconds here for Jackie Underwood. Jack over the top, bounce, trap from Sloan Hamlin. Can't quite get there, but that's going to be Chaka.